Okay, so this is why I do co-coms. I should not be allowed to do this, but ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the first round of the assists mini series for the preseason of AEC. Finally, we got there eventually. We got there eventually, but yeah, this is why I co-com. I should not be allowed to do this, but loading in, and it is dry but rather cloudy. Let's get all the telemetry up, the track map up. Thought it was raining there, and it's not. It's the crowd noise. Anyway, we're finally in. We're ready to go. Oh god. There is only 16 in, but I think we should have 20, so some people might be missing, but got first few cars heading out on track. It is just me, myself today. There is no one else, unfortunately. There's no Tom, there's no Vibes, there's no one. But anyway, first car's out on track, and it is EXR Louis. As I say that, gets overtaken in the Aston Martin, and it is now Tfue, who it seems who's quit Fortnite, and is now chasing a career in F1 esports. Fair play. Because I mean, surely there's enough money in Fortnite, right? Like it's not just me. He quit gaming, bruh. What a downfall. Anyway, just a few more cars coming out on track. I have not done this track on this game yet, so I don't know what times to expect. I will be what? Oh, yeah, that's a bit forward. At least take me to dinner first. But yeah, we've got the first few laps starting now. It's Tfue leading the way, miles ahead of everybody else. His teammate Corey Ovo behind him. See how he does on his first lap. Heading through club now. Over the start finish line, Mr. Face Tfue take it away for us. Into Abbey we go, flat out, right up to the curb on the exit, down now into through farm curve, into village, hits the apex pretty nicely, into the loop, down into second, back up to third, nice and wide on the exit, using as much track as he possibly can. DRS open down the Wellington straight. Let's see how he gets on into Brooklands. Hits the 50-metre board perfectly, little bit wide, but it shouldn't cost him too much. Clips the apex nicely for Luffield. Hovering in third gear, throttle 50% input, using the curb on exit, and round we go. This man is bossing it. Absolutely bossing it. Through cops, downshifts, perfect on the exit. Why is there two Tfues? So there is. Is the other Williams in? It's not. Okay, so that's SLK. Okay, we need to remember that. We'll need to remember that. But Tfue, here he comes, first lap on the board of Q1. And it's a 25.3 is the time to beat. Can his teammate Corey Ovo get any closer? Fuel light already on. Up to the line. It's a 25.5, he can't get near. We've got, is it Wilson or Fermsey? I think it's Wilson. It was Wilson, 25.6, he can't get near it. Oh, there we go, he's changed back. He's changed back. So he's now back to normal, so we now know who that is. Louis across the line does a 25.9. Radius is on an outlap, and there's a time by a millisecond is Welsh Jack across the line. Our failed lobby host into P6. At the time slowly starting to tumble. as the guys will complete their first couple of laps. Fermsey up to P3 at 25.4. They're getting closer and closer. Cross the line, 26.0. Ryan, was that Ryan? No, it was not. It was Mr. Auschutz up to P3 at 25.3. And was that Easton across? It was Easton across at 26.5. So it's getting closer. It is getting closer. We'll say that for now, but at least SLK's name has managed to change back to what it's meant to be. Anyone on a lap or nearly done a lap? Badders is invalidated. Jacob through Maggots and Beckett's, holding the line nicely. Maybe a little bit wide on exit, keeps it nice and tidy. Yellow flags might put him off, but he should be alright as we go down the hanger straight in towards Stowe. Holds it nicely on the power airline mid-corner, drags it out right to the curb using all the track as he can, braking just at the pit entry board. Little bit of a slide, but that's quicker on this game somehow. Comes round the final corner, through club, up to the line. So 25.7 just in front of his teammate. So the first few laps on the board, we've got Mr. Welsh Jack. Is he properly Welsh, do you think? But he's leading the way by 1 millisecond to Mr. FaZe Tfue. Got Auschutz behind 25.3, Radius at 25.4, a Fermsey at 25.4 as they all trundle back into the pits. Mr. Hardman is invalidated and Jacob's on an in-lap. First few runs on the board. Anyone that has not seen the announcements or is new to AEC, it's basically like pre-season fixtures for like football teams, kinda. It's the same thing. It will be teams submit 2 drivers, you can have it mixed, you can have 1 NA, 1 assist, whatever you feel. And those drivers will then compete. It's basically the same format as AEC. You've got short quality 50%, and then from there it is near enough the same. It's basically just proper AEC, but it doesn't really count. It's a bad explanation, but it does the job. It does the job. Anyone on a... Is Radius properly on a lap? He's not, it was an in-lap, okay. Feel quite bad if I'd missed that there, but... Badder's going back out, Hardman's in the pits. G-Ninja starting a lap, I do believe. Through Abbey goes, not getting distracted by the Aston Martin, braking just before the 50 metre board, hits the apex nice and tight, holding it in 4th. Through the loop he goes, clipping the apex nicely, not using too much curb on exit, doesn't want to dip a wheel on the grass. Onto the Wellington straight now we go, DRS wide open at the back as you can see. He heads in toward Luffield, his sector one's a 27.3 and it does say it's purple, but we're not sure if that's a glitch or not because this is F123 and that could mean anything. But round Luffield he goes, using all the curb on exit that he possibly can, and the same through Woodcote. Up towards Cops we go. Want to turn in just at that 50 metre board, hits the apex absolutely perfectly, if I don't say so myself. In towards the winding S with the best section to watch the track in those grandstands. Proper brilliant view through Maggots, Beckett's, perfect Chapel, up to sector 2. And we can't tell if it's purple or not. He's looking on good pace. Up towards Stowe we go. Clips the apex, nice, holding it in 6th. Little bit of an overcorrection, but it shouldn't cost him too much. Braking just before the 50 metre board at that white line. Hits the apex nicely at Vale. Up towards turn 17, using the curb on exit. Through club. Little bit of a delay and he runs out of fuel, and it's a 25.7 for a banker. Little wiggle of the wheel to show his frustration. Not anyone else starting or on laps. I think we've got Tree starting his now. See what he'll be able to do. Can he improve on his 25.8? Through turn 1, clips it nice. Hitting turn 2 nicely, just before the 50 metre board, want to hit the apex nice. Down into 3rd, unlike Ninja, maybe a little bit wide. with the curb there, hits it nice there, doesn't use too much curb on exit, getting on the AstroTurf and onto the Wellington straight, no traffic ahead of him. DRS wide open, into Brooklands just after the 50 metre board, want to turn in aggressively to hit the apex just after those orange curbs, as Ryan M does a 25.1, I've somehow missed it, but he shoots up to the top of the times, he's got about 2 tenths clear of the next car. In towards Cops, hits it nicely, it drags it a little bit wide, but it shouldn't cost him too much. Into, here we go, Maggots in 7th, down to 7th again, to 8, sorry, down to 7th, down to 6, maybe a little bit wide, had to lift off a tiny wee amount, but he is 4 tenths up on his lap. What can he do? Can he challenge for the front? Is he going to get anywhere near just after the 50 metre board, clips the apex nicely, holds it in 6, not using as much curb as the others, just at that white line for the corner, and he goes, turn 17, into 18, through club, up to the line, and he shoots up a 25.3, so it's all getting closer and closer. Radius is starting his lap, Fermsy's on a lap, Corey Oval's on one as well, I think Hardman's about to complete his, nope. I want to pronounce this properly and I don't want to ruin it, but I think the one is an L. So, I'm either going to just say Grobertler or Grob, and I think Grob is easier. Just so I don't ruin it, but Grob up to P10 finishing his lap. Ryan at the top of the qualifying day is not in surprise. No, I agree. It is not. It is not a surprise anymore. Auschwitz has invalidated his lap. Got Welsh Jack round club up to the corner. He does a 25.1. So he's right up there with Fermsy as well. Got Wilson starting his. We've got Fermsy up to the line. Can he challenge? We're into the zeros, ladies and gentlemen. We've cracked the zeros. We've got 6 minutes remaining on the clock. Can anyone else get into the ones or the zeros? Bader's giving Louis some slipstream. Nice team play from the EXR boys. Into Vale, braking just at the white line again. Clips the apex nicely. Doesn't run away. Runs a little bit wide. Has to lift off. Tiny wee amount. Flat through club up to the line. So 25.5 for Mr. EXR Louis. Radius, 10th and a half up to the line, and he's into the point ones as well. Oh, these final runs are going to be immense. They are going to be immense. Because currently this is a guessing game. An absolute guessing game. I think Hardman's on a lap. Nope, he's 1.7 down. Okay. Louis, I think Auschwitz is going again. Almost, or just over 10th and a half up, using a lot of curb on exit as to get a wee bit of wheel spin, hits the corner nicely, and he's at the point ones as well. As he runs out of fuel over the line. Now, bets, ladies and gentlemen, who's on pole, who's getting it? Will it be an even lower 0.0 where we get into the 24s? Who's it gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? T-Fuse, don't think he's either starting or he's just finished, I'm not sure. Think it's starting, but anyway, into turn 1, little lift, he's lagging a wee bit, but it shouldn't cost him too much. Put him off too much. Through the loop, holding it down into second, short shift to third, using the curb on the exit, dipping a little wheel onto the AstroTurf, but it shouldn't cost him too much. Onto the Wellington straight, running through down towards Brooklands, got green and yellow flags up ahead. The game doesn't know what it wants to do with itself as he flies himself through Brooklands and Luffield, using all of the track that he can on exit, dipping a wheel onto the curb, running round through Woodcut up into Cops. Got a yellow flag ahead for a slow car, so you'll need to watch for that. Clips the apex nicely down into 7th, using as much curb on exit as he can. Sitting a wee bit online, that was very, very close. But through Maggots, down into 7th, down into 6th and 5th for Beckett's. Little bit wide, but it won't cost him. onto the hangar straight. He's half a tenth up, so it won't put him up too many places, but this is unbelievably close as he's down at the 50-metre board, braking nicely. He holds it, oh, and he's round! And just misses the wall and ends up on the access road, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is pushing too hard when you don't need to, as he dives into the pits to save himself from embarrassment. You should have stuck to Fortnite, mate. You would have been fine. 3 minutes left. And the top 5 is separated by less than a tenth, if my math is correct, which it probably isn't. But that is unbelievably close. As we've got the guys coming out for their final runs. Got Jacob, first one out. We'll see what he'll be able to do. Excuse me. Rage Ryan P1, Radius P2, Fermsy P3. The Ryan one I can understand because his quality pace, from what I've seen and been in lobbies with him, his quality pace is unreal. He just gets a wee bit unlucky in the races and he can't capitalise on them, but his race pace is stupidly quick. Not race pace, sorry, quality pace. His quality pace is stupidly quick. So I don't know how he does it, but fair play to him. And Radius P2, not Fermsy P3. We'll see what comes of it, Rage. We'll see what comes of it. But the first final run starts now. Jacob is going to lead the way for the final charge to the line. His teammates just coming out of the pit, so if that was a slipstream attempt, they've failed it for now. Braking at the 50-metre board, turning a nice missed apex a wee bit. Getting some marbles on the tyres. It's not been a decent sector one. A massive hit of oversteer coming out of the loop as he flies now round on towards the Wellington straight. Looks like, has he abandoned the lap? He's not, he's just a wee bit offline, and he's half a tenth down on his lap, and I'm not sure if he's gonna abandon this lap or not. Watch the ERS and see, but I think he's locked in. No, he's stuck on 89. Okay, yeah, he's abandoned that lap. Who's behind? Is it Wilson? It is Wilson. My old pal. He's half a tenth up, sector 1, hitting it nicely at the 50-metre board, turning in nicely at Brooklands into Luffield, hugging that apex in 4th gear, using as much curb as he can on exit, just about. Into Woodcote we go, getting some marbles on the tyres, that won't be good for his grip. Coming into Cops as the controller batteries are low, as we fly through Cops, holding it nice in 7th gear, as we go into Maggots, Beckett's, flying through the twisty S section of the British countryside, using as much curb as he can on the exit, and he's a tenth and a half up. He could challenge for pole. It's anybody's game at this point. Here he comes into Stowe, using the curb on the exit. It's a little turning point, maybe a wee too much at the apex, but the time has run out. It's the final laps on the board. Here they come, through the last couple of corners, through 17, up towards club for 18. Can Wilson snatch it from anybody? He can! Not by much. Fermsy then, can he beat his teammate? He's getting closer and closer. He only needs half a tenth, and it's his. What can he do? Up to the line, hits the apex nicely, turns in, and he can't beat it! By 9 milliseconds, he can't do it! We've got cars off everywhere, my voice is dying, no one knows what's going on. His Welsh track is into the .9! They get quicker and quicker as they go. Can Ryan topple them? Here he comes through sector 2, a little bit wide, but it won't cost him. Open the DRS, he's 3 milliseconds down. Is he going to be able to push for that P1 spot? Using the curb up in the 50-metre board, holding it in 6th, using the curb on exit. Here he comes, just at the 50-metre board, 100-metre board, sorry. Here we go, 16, 17, using the curb on exit. He wants to float it as quick as he can, up to the line. Can he challenge? He misses out by 1800ths of a second as Corey Oval from absolutely nowhere does a 25-0 and goes P3. What a session. What a session. Well, there you have it. Welsh Jack for the GSR team. Pole position 19 milliseconds to Ryan in P2, Corey Oval P3, Wilson P4, Auschwitz P5, Fermsey 6th, Radius 7th, Louis in 8th, Tfue wishing he was still in his Fortnite days P9, Tree in P10, Ninja 11th, Grob P12, Jakob P13, SLK 14th, Hardman 15th, Badr 16th, and Easton rounds us off in P17. What a session. What a session, ladies and gentlemen. We are in for a stonker of a race. An absolute stalker of a race. And it is dry. The clouds have arrived. Clouds have disappeared, sorry. But, whilst we have the time, I'm gonna change the controller batteries so they don't die during the actual race. I'm gonna think ahead. But, predictions in chat. Who's winning? What's the podium? Scottish. No, I'm American. Ryan to spin, probs even money. Yep. He'll either get hit from someone else or he will have an unfortunate spin. Be a wee nosy. Let's see. What have they done? Tyres wise, Jack on mediums, Ryan, Corey Oval, Wilson hard, Auschwitz on mediums as well. Grob on softs. Now that's... I'm not gonna judge, but that might not be the wisest choice that there is. But most of the grid looking like they're going hards. As Auschwitz has now changed to hards as well. Tfue mediums, G Ninja mediums, Jakob mediums, and then everyone else hards. Soft medium is best starting near the back. Is soft medium possible now? I've not done this track yet, so I'm not sure. Oh, that's good to know. I will use that for my team. Wet, hard, inter, soft, the best from the back. That sounds like a Creator Series strategy, that does. As if you're in the Red Bull. Oh yeah. For those that aren't aware or haven't been active in the F1 community for the last day, maybe two, people have discovered that equal performance cars don't have equal performance tyre life wise. Jota, what about Jota? Now, I'm not sure if there's a formation lap. There is a formation lap. So, away they go. For the formation lap, we will get everything up and ready. We want position change because it's lap 1. We'll get the telemetry up and the lap data up as well. In fact, not a position just now. Tyres. There we go. Jota going Saudi. Is he actually? of a downgrade. Anyway, more important matters. Got race strategy at the bottom, medium hards, or if you're feeling a little bit daft, a medium hard if you get some lap 1 damage as well. But top 8, all on hards as it stands. Might change lap 1, you never know. Tfue mediums, G Ninja mediums, and then Grob on softs as well. But everybody else on the hards. So Tfue and G Ninja will need a very good start to make those tyres work in their favour. Grob as well, he will need an absolute... Oh wait, he's a ghost. He's not in the lobby. You can cry on stream. No, I have my dignity. But 20 mil is 20 mil. That's decent money for us. But Grob's not in the lobby, so his AI's picked softs for him. So if he does come back in, his strategy is a little bit muddied, unfortunately for him. But G Ninja and Tfue, the ones to watch on lap 1, is they wiggle their way down the Hager straight, getting heat into the hard tyres, trying to get a nice decent launch off the line. They're making their way onto the grid now. But it's good to know that formation lap now works compared to last season in AEC where we had to have it off. But the last minute burnouts, getting some last minute heat into the rear tyres, hoping for a decent launch off the line as well. Parks perfectly, Ryan parks perfectly, Corey perfect, everyone, no DSQs so far. His radius is a little bit lost. As Tfue has some stuff on his tyres, but anyway, gearing up for 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go for round 1 of the mini-series. It's a decent start from Jack up front. Ryan has to slot in behind as Wilson gets past Koryovo into turn 1, flying through turn 2. They've all made it through decently quick so far. That is a brilliant camera angle from the game. As Koryovo tries to get his third place back round the outside of Wilson, turns to the inside for turn 4. He's trying to hold it nice and tight. He's left him enough room on the outside as Wilson's trying to hold it around the outside. He's just about kept it on track as he comes flying down the Wellington straight. Is he going to hold the position? Koryovo on the inside, he gives him the room, but he's going to slowly squeeze out. He turns to the inside again for the next corner. There's contact at the rear tyres. He holds it firm, keeps it steady, and as he goes round a little flick of oversteer, try to get a wee bit too eager on the throttle, and they're bouncing wheels heading into Cops. And the last time a Mercedes went side by side into Cops, it did not end well. He cedes the position for now, but he's all over that McLaren gearbox as Wilson now is desperately trying to burn his ERS to keep ahead. He's already used 40% as he's trying to close down Ryan M, who's desperately trying to hold on to Welsh Jack, but they've all so far survived lap 1. Koryovo's going backwards. Firmsy's managed to get through as well. Is he going to be able to hold up on the inside and make a move? No, he's not. His Tfue's going side by side with Mr. Outshoots. Is he going to get the better run out into the corner? He's not quite close enough. As we've got moves up the back, there's G Ninja, I think it was, going for a move. There's contact at the back, there's cars round everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. It's carnage at the back, but I think they've all made it through kinda unscathed. It doesn't look like there's any damage for anybody, but they've all pretty much survived lap 1. What a start. What a start that was. Firms are right on the back of Wilson. Is he going to make a move on his teammate, or are they going to play the team game, the SLRT boys? Is he going to be close enough to make the move? He holds his position for now. Is there any moves further back? I can't see anyone close enough to make one, as they're all trying to funnel their way through, getting into a rhythm for the start of the race. There's a move up front. Firmsy's made a mistake. Koryovo is now through. He's using a wee bit of ERS, but he doesn't want to challenge into this corner because Mercedes can't turn right, people. That's a little bit wide. He gets caught on the curb. That's going to invite Mr. Tfue into the action through Maggots. Little bit wide with the dirt air. Is he's wide again? It's going to invite Auschwitz into the play as well. Firmsy then using ERS in the slipstream, flies and flicks to the left, lets Tfue hold the inside line, Is he going to hold it round the outside? As Corey Oval backs out, tries to get the better run on the inside line. He's going to have the outside for this corner, but Fermsey slams the door shut. He runs a little bit wide in the process. He tries to get the switch back. He's going to get it as well. He's alongside, bounces over the curb, and there's contact. Round he goes. That door was always going to close. And there it is. As he plummets all the way down to P15. As he bounces over the curb into his rear tyre, and round he goes. And then Radius is going to have a look as well into turn 3. Puts him a little bit wide, little bit of a bounce, but I don't think he's got any damage from that, and they both should be able to continue A-OK. As T-Fuse got back past Fermsey. It's absolute chaos up here at the front as Fermsey's ran a little bit wide again. As Tree gets past SLK at the back, apologies for missing that one. And Jack has gapped Ryan as well. The gap is now above 1 second, so he won't have any ERS, which will invite Wilson into the fray as they fly through cops, ready to take on this. We've got a yellow flag at the back. There's a car off. I think that's SLK. His Auschwitz is off as well. He's going to invite G Ninja through. He's got the DRS, but so does Auschwitz. Through he goes up into P6. It's a brilliant start for the ETE, man. Through they go into Stowe, holding it nice and tight. Wilson's not close enough for a move on Ryan just yet, as Ryan's desperately trying to extend the gap back up to a second so they don't have any ERS, as Hardman's getting a little bit close to the back of Bathers as well, but so is Tree round the inside. Push him a little bit wide. There's contact between both the cars, but they both managed to keep it clean, and that, Corey, son, is how you overtake at that corner. Back up to the front we go. Ninja now on the back of Fermsey, but we need to remember he does have the tyre advantage currently, as he gets a little bit of oversteer on the exit, lights the tyres up a wee bit too much for the game's liking as they slot in behind into Brooklands they go, and not anyone close enough to make a move. Easton is getting past Mr. Liam Haldman down the inside. That's going to invite Radius in for a look as well. He's run a little bit wide. He's got him on strings as he turns in on him. Oh, and there's contact. He's off into the gravel. Oh dear. Lads, it's a bit of banter. As SLK's into the pitch for a new set of mediums. But Jack, he's lost a little bit of time. Ryan's been pushing. There's Wilson now as well. Has a slight ERS advantage against Ryan. Is he going to look for the move? He's slowly gaining, but he's going to stick behind for now. He's not close enough just yet. As Fermsey's going for the move on T-Few down the inside. Ah, God, there's contact again. It's going to invite G Ninja in. They're 3 wide, heading out. Oh, and there's a massive collision. Fermsey spun off into the pits. Ninja's into the wall. T-Few gets to carry on. Jacob's been spun round. What has just happened? I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Ninja survives. I think Bermsey's reset to track. I don't know how he's back up to P6 after going down the pit lane, but that was the I have seen better driving in public lobbies. But anyway, Jacob looking for a move on Fermsey. He's giving him the squeeze, but he's already miles ahead into the braking zone. Nice and clear. He's up into P6. What is happening? What is happening? Is T-Fuse got a massive bit of oversteer on his new tyres. Auschwitz is going to be looking for the move. He's lagging all over the joint. It's Auschwitz now into Cops. Can he get the move done? He's not close enough or alongside, and he won't get the move done. But Wilson pushing Ryan through Maggots into turn 16. Not 16, sorry, I've lost count. 12, sorry, into Beckett's, into Chapel, onto the straight. He's got the DRS, he's going to the inside, and he flies back past the BRT man. And is he going to have a dive for the lead? Not just yet. Not just yet, but he's just not close enough for the move, as they're all starting to slowly form on another. Again, Fermsey's looking for a move back ahead of Jacob, as he gets a little bit of a wiggle on the exit of the corner, and it's ballistic. Oh, he's massive smack of oversteer. He's carried too much speed into the corner, and that's going to invite Louis back in as well. Top 3 ERS. There you go. Radius gets the first penalty of the evening. But they're all slowly converging. Wilson's going to be looking for a move on Jack. Jack has no ERS, so it's nice and easy picking for Wilson as he flies through into Brooklands. Jack not looking for a switchback, not just yet, but he's slowly going to start pushing him through as firm as he gets back past Jacob as well. But is he going to now try for the move into Cops, and then into the Wellington Straight? Will he get it done? At the 50 metre board, a little bit wide in the 30 air, but it shouldn't cost him too much as Firmsy and Jacob are side by side as he just gets ahead for the braking zone. Oh, and he's been hit from behind! Oh, that's catastrophic! Louis flies off into the gravel, doing his best Max Verstappen impression. And Jacob, just an unfortunate bystander in all of it, but back up to the front. Jack not close enough, he's not getting the ERS, he needs to sit behind and conserve. But he's not going to try for a move, not just yet, as Corey gets past Easton before the braking zone. He's trying to push back up to where he was as well. Easton coming under a wee bit of pressure from Radius. He has a little love tap at the back of the car. It shouldn't cost him too much. Looking for the dive into the next corner. Easton gives him the room. Oh, a little bit of a tap on the side pod as they're side by side into turn 1, and Easton sees the position wisely. Bathurst and Tree fighting as well. Is he going to go for a move? He has no ERS, a slight little tap, but he's not getting the move done just yet. Back up to the front we go. Jack's not using any ERS. Brian's conserving his. Auschwitz is chilling behind, and Tfew's slowly looking to claw back as Radius is lagged out. And they're going potentially 2 and 3 wide. Into Brooklands we go. Corey looking to get back past Tree and Bathurst. The inside lane opens up. He goes for the move. Is he going to ride the apex and the curve all the way around? He gives him the room on the exit, but he's not quite close enough just yet as they all file back in towards. The guys in front of him have no ERS at all. Hitting the apex nicely. They're not going to be close enough for any move yet, but he's got the ERS advantage. He doesn't need to play it like this. He can just sit back and conserve as they both try and corner cut there, but back up to the front. Are there going to be any moves for the leads? Little bit of a lag spike, but it shouldn't cost anyone too much problem. Into the braking zone we go, no issues there as Corey Ovo has managed to get past both, but he's still got Tree on the inside. Is he going to try another dive? He's not using the ERS, but he might have a little look, but he doesn't do it, and Corey Ovo wisely staying ahead, keeping the position, and he's back up into the clean air. And now, this is invited Easton into the fray. It'll invite Radius into the fray when he gets his control of his car back. This is insane. Easton braking just a little bit of a slide, but it's quicker on this game. As Grob's been getting a position on Jacob, but back to this little midfield fight. Are they going to be any closer? There's a fight for the lead, never mind that. The leaders are going side by side out of left field. He can't get the move done. It'll invite Ryan M into the fray. Is he going to try and do it? Oh, there's a yellow flag behind. There's a massive accident at Brooklands, but it's all been cleared up and it shouldn't be a yellow flag. They've all managed to keep it clean. No safety car come out, they've all managed to keep going, should I say, apologies. But into Maggots, Beckett, into Chapel, runs a little bit wide. You can see the tyre marks on the exit of the curb, but here they go. Is he going to try for a move? He's not using ERS, he's sitting wisely in the slipstream. Is he going to go for it? Not quite close enough just yet. But Ryan watching this battle like a hawk. But Welsh, is he going to try for the move here? Breaks 100 metres, perfect, hitting the apex, and he's ready for another lap of battling, but he's still, the tables have turned, now he's got more ERS than Wilson. Wilson is pressing the button, hoping for any extra pivot his Duracells can give him, and it's not coming to him. Is he going to dive for a move here? He'll wait for the DRS zone. He's pushing him round these corners, as is Ryan, a little love tap on the back, and now he's taking a wider line, potentially trying to get a better run out of the corner, but here's Jack's chance. Can he do it? Is he saving his ERS? He's not using any just now. Ryan having a little look. Jack goes for the left to defend, but he's not quite close enough for the move just yet. Oh, it's a little bit of a slide as well, and that's cost him some time. managing to stay in the DRS just now, but this top three, blitzing the rest of the field as it stands, is all aboard the Firmsy training P6 as Corey Ovo is looking to get back to the places that he lost after he was taken out. Runs a little bit wide, but it shouldn't cost too much. Tree's invited into this now as well. Rady is pushing to try and get his 3 seconds away. Ramsey going a little bit wide. Jack's going for the move on Wilson. Flies round the outside into Stowe. He gets the move done and Wilson has to cede the position. He defends the inside, doesn't go for it, and they are all good. And Welsh Jack retakes the lead of round 1 of the mini-series here for AEC pre-season. What a race this has been, and it's only been lap 10. And we've had all this drama. But back to the midfield as the leaders slowly start to settle down. Corey Ovo did manage to get past Firmsy into Stowe. Apologies for missing that one as well. But they're all slowly but surely, they're just fighting any chance they can get, and it is brilliant entertainment. It's brilliant entertainment. But will Wilson have another little look? He's using the ERS, he's going to flick to the inside as they head into the corner. Here they go, a little bit of contact that will push Jack wide, but it shouldn't cost him. Down into the inside again at Brooklands, into Luffield, holding it there side by side as we go onto the run in. He's lifted off, that'll invite Ryan in. He might have lifted off a wee bit too much for his own liking. We're going to get side by side. There's a yellow flag at the back as SLK's decided to call it quits for the day. Got another yellow flag as well. It looks like Jacob is once again just not having any luck in these pre-seasons at all. He's round again after another incident, but here we go. Will Jack use any? Will Ryan use any? They might potentially go 3 wide. He's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining. He goes to the inside, but Wilson leaves him the space, but he's not going to get there in time. Ryan gets a little bit of a wiggle on exit again. He's just not getting the power down when he needs to out of these high-speed corners on exit. But currently, Wilson leads Jack from Ryan M, Auschwitz, Face Tfue, Corey Ovo and Firmsy right behind them all as we go back up to the front once again to watch this incredible battle for the winning position. As we go through the loop, using all the curve that he can, a little bit of a slap as Jacob gets a 5 seconds for speeding in the pits. It's just not his day, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not his day. Ryan M not using any, still on 55% ERS. There's a yellow at the back as Firmsy has fully flung the throttle pedal to the floor and he's looped it round at the loop, giving it its name. Out of Luffield we go, into Woodcote, no one using any ERS. Wilson desperate to save as much ERS as he can at the 15 metre board, turns in, downshifts, not getting the grip that he needs, a little bit wide. He might have got a warning for that one. As we head into the winding sector 2 end of it, into Maggots, flying through, into Beckett's and then into Chapel again. They're not using enough. They're slowly getting pulled along by Wilson, but will he go for the move or will he sit in the slipstream? As Wilson's going to start derating soon. He needs to be wise with his batteries. Ryan runs a little bit wide, manages to keep the car pointing straight this time out of the exit, braking at the white line, turning and hitting the apex, and they're slowly but surely starting to settle down. Slowly but surely. Might have a little bit of a battle at the back between Hardman and Bathurst. Both have no ERS from the looks of it. Bathurst has absolutely none. Absolutely none. Oh, is Tfue's in the pits? I thought he'd spun there. Tfue into the pits. That's an early switch to the hard tyres. We'll see if anyone reacts and follows suit to cover him off. But the undercut's coming already. Jack, will he use any ERS to gain? He doesn't need to. Wilson has nothing compared to him in a straight line. Into Brooklands they go. He's not quite close enough, maybe going a little bit wide to try and look for a better exit. Holds it tucked up behind that Darktrace sponsored McLaren rear wing as we head now out of Luffield into Woodcote. Little bit of a bob over it, but it wouldn't cost him anything. Here we go then, into Cops, flying through, holding it nice and tight to the apex. Is he going to go for the move? Down the straight, he needs a good exit out of here, into Maggots, that's nice and fine, through turn 12, little bit wide, into Beckett's, nice and perfect, using as much curb as he can get away with on the exit, through Chapel, and he's using, ladies and gentlemen, here he comes. Will he go for it? He's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining. Wilson looks to defend the inside, but he lifts off just before the 100-metre board, and he's not going to get anywhere near using the curb nice and fine. As Ryan M reacts, he boxes for the mediums, or I'm assuming it will be the mediums. And he goes. So now the leaders, how will they react to this? Will Tfue be near enough to get ahead of Ryan M? Will the undercut have worked? Will it pay off? But the leaders, they don't care about the undercut. They just want to be P1 and not save battery. Here we go then. Through the loop. Out onto the Wellington straight. Little bit wide and he loses some amount of time. But here comes Ryan coming out the pits. Now where's Tfue in all of this? Because remember, Ryan will have cold tyres. Will he be anywhere near Ryan coming out the pits? Now here comes Tfue. Will he get him on the cold tyres? Anywhere near, maybe just in his DRS, but it might not be close enough for a move. But the undercut has so far worked wonders for Tfue. He's currently about net P4 if he manages to push hard enough. But back up to the fight at the front. Jack, here we go again. Will he go for the move to get ahead in the pit stops? Will he rely on the cursed Ferrari pit stops to get him ahead? Here he comes then. He's going for it. Round the outside. Wilson trying to defend for all his might with what he's got left. He gives him the room on the inside. They might be side by side into the pits. But Jack stays out. Wilson lets him go. He's into the pits. Outshoots into the pits. Will Corey Oval follow suit? Will he dive into the lane? He stays out. Tree also stays out. Radius is in. Will Firmsy follow suit as well on this 12 lap old halls? He stays out. Easton staying out. So now this is where it will get dicey, because we need to keep an eye on Mr. Ryan M. As Louis got a 5 seconds for speeding in the pits. But will the undercut have worked? Will he be out ahead of who he needs to be? As Wilson is only just coming out of the pits and he's been jumped by both. He's lost the places to Tfue and Ryan M, and that's catastrophic for the SLR man. But what that says for Jack is Easton and Tree are going side by Easton and Firmsy, sorry, are going side by side, trying to not take out as much of their tyre life as they have left. Oh, excuse me. But out of Luffield into Woodcote, Firmsy holding position, but the undercut is proven massive. And what this means for Jack now is that he needs to push like hell. He's gonna be... Jack might come out about P11, potentially, maybe P10 or 11, but he won't be as close as he was as he pulls into the pit lane as Firmsy, not using anything, tries to fake a dummy and goes to the left when Easton was already there. Easton holds the inside lane, making the SLR driver work for it. He wants to stay ahead for the pit stops if he's diving in. He's not. They go side by side into the few penultimate corners. Little bit of contact, but Easton cedes the position and they keep on moving. Jack into the pits for his set of mediums. Corey Ovo into the pits for his mediums. Ryan M has just crossed the line and Jack is nowhere. He's absolutely nowhere. He's going to be so far behind as he comes out behind Mr. Outshoots, and he has got the absolute workload of his life to get this P1 back, because as it stands it belongs to Mr. Ryan M. With the top 3 still to box Ryan, net P1, Tfue P2, Wilson P3, Jack is all the way down and now net P5 and he's 6 seconds behind. And on cold tyres as well, he's going to lose even more time. Even more time than he already has. That undercut is unbelievably powerful. I didn't think it would be that much, but Tfue, on the hard tyres, has managed to stick with Ryan's there. As Ryan's got off the track, he's cut across it. That will take some chunk out of the gap that he'd made to Tfue. He's used a lot of his ERS to stay ahead though, as has Ryan. As Trees into the pits, Firmsy stays out. Easton also stays out. As we head on to lap 16 out of 26, 10 laps to go, 10 laps for Mr. Wilstrack to try and save the P1 that he had held for so long, as Easton picks up 3 seconds for pushing too hard in the pit lane. But it looks like Firmsy and Easton possibly going for the soft option. They're trying to recuperate their losses in the start of the race, and they're thinking, you know what, let's go long, what is the worst that can happen? There's nothing to lose for us. But Tfue's still within that 1 second gap to Ryan. He doesn't need to use the ERS, Ryan has been, but he doesn't need to use it. If he can stick in the DRS range, he doesn't need to use the ERS and he will be A-OK. Down into the depths of the midfield, we have Badders fighting a DC'd Grob and Ninja looking for a move on Hardman, but Ninja's has not boxed since his incident on lap 1. He's not close enough for a move this time around, unfortunately. But Ryan has now caught up to this lead to his Eastern, runs a little bit wide again. Is he using any to stay ahead? He's got loads more battery than he already did. Same amount as Firmsy roughly. But Ryan doesn't need to take any risks. These guys could be coming into the pits at any moment. As Easton peels off, he goes up into P2, Tfue into P3. Easton playing it safe, not getting another penalty either. But now, Ryan M, all he needs to do is play it safe. All that needs done. No silly moves, and he's already pushing him through farm curve. Is he going to go for the move into village? He goes round the outside, there's contact. Firmsy pushes him off the track. Into the loop they go, there's even more contact between them. As Firmsy gets a massive slap of oversteer coming out of the loop, and he will not be happy at all. As here he comes in, trying to combat the DRS that Ryan has. He's dived up the inside, oh, and there's contact, he's half spun. Here comes Tfue round the outside at Luffield. Can he get it done? He's not got the grip on the hard tyres as he runs onto the curb on exit, and he can't get the move done just yet. He's tucked up in the slipstream of the Red Bull. A Red Bull and Mercedes into Cops. It didn't end well last time, but it ends fine this time. Woo! And breathe for 2 seconds as they head now onto the hanger straight, down the back straight. As SLK sets those meaningless point, fastest lap I've ever seen in my life. Apologies, son, but it's not worth it just now. As Tfue has a little look, but he's not close enough just yet. As Firmsy let Wilson back through Maggots and Beckett. But now it is a dogfight for the next 9 laps. Who's it going to be, ladies and gents? Who's taking the win? Is Firmsy's off again? Onto the surface access road. That's not good for him. That puts Jack up to P5, shoots to P4. As Wilson is now pushing Tfue into village. Look, we go. Holds the inside line nice and tight. It turns to the inside for Tfue on the next corner. He comes flying through a little bit of contact. Oh, he's pushed him off track. As Wilson half spins trying to get the power down on exit. Ryan M's also got a 3-second time penalty. It is falling apart up at the front. Tfue not wanting to yield, simply straight lining the corner, and he just goes straight on and leaves Wilson no room at all. Now all that's going to do is invite Outshoots and Jack behind to catch up to this dogfight. Jack, no ERS to push with, so when he gets here, he needs the ERS that he needs. There's a yellow flag at the back, there's been a collision. Not sure who between. Easton's off the road, Jacob's off the road. It's just not happening for FGE and ET today. Baldy, we are going to need numerous pints after this. But anyway, Wilson down the hanger straight, flicks to the inside for Stowe. Is he going to hold the inside line? Yes, he does. Tfue not looking for a move just yet, as Wilson is derating. He needs to stay in the DRS of Ryan to try and recuperate what he's lost on his battery. He needs to recharge those Duracell AA's and get them ready to go again for the next attack to try and take the win, or he can sit behind and hope the pen sticks. As Firmsy finally, after 17 laps on those tyres, comes into the pits for a set of softs. But now, the more that these guys battle, the more it invites Mr. Auschwitz behind and Jack into the front, maybe even Corey Ovo, if he can try and complete an amazing comeback if he feels like it, as Easton picks up 3-second time penalty again. And another one. What a combo, son. I love you so much. Oh, and he calls it quits. You know what? Understandable. Don't blame me. It's fine. We go again, son. Don't you worry. Anyway, yellow flags in Sector 1 and 3 for Easton's DNF car is a bit of an audio glitch. Is returning. Once again, Codemasters updating the game and bringing more bugs with it. Wilson is pushing Ryan through Maggots into Beckett's, into Chapel, onto the straight. That audio was horrific, I am very sorry. Gonna have to go to the broadcast cam. He goes for the move down into the inside for Stowe. He's gonna stay ahead at the braking zone. Ryan not looking for the switchback, and Wilson is flying ahead, but he has no ERS to break the 1 second gap. His T-Fuse completely dropped out. He's nearly got Auschwitz and Jack on his tail. Oh. As Jack's picked up 3 seconds, his hopes of the win have just been dashed completely. He's just put a wheel on the grass as Radius retires in the pit lane and calls it quits for the GSR boys. Unfortunately for them, Rage, you can join us in the debrief room and cry. Anyway, back up to the front. Will Ryan try and regain his P1 spot back? He's not using anything, neither is Wilson. He looks for a move to the inside, breaks early to give Wilson a little bit of breathing room. But now, Mr. Auschwitz is in the DRS of Phase T-Few. So, this battle, far from over. That audio is unbelievably bad. How have they managed this again? I do apologise for the viewers, but that is catastrophically bad. But anyway, through Maggots, Beckett's, Chapel again, as he's got another 3 second time penalty. He's going to drop all the way to P6. So all now Jack needs to do is get 3 seconds, or stay within 3 seconds, sorry, and he can possibly jump a position, and all hope is not lost. Lap 20 ending now, heading on to 21. 5 to go, ladies and gents. Will we have a no assist rebase? T-Fuse picked up a 3 seconds as well. It's all coming together for Mr. Auschwitz. This BRT master plan. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Even Corey Ovo can possibly be with a shout as Ryan dives up the inside of Wilson. Apologies for missing that one. That was catastrophic race director from myself. But here we go then. Will Wilson sit behind, recuperate his ERS and go for the move later? Will he stick behind and save and win it off track with the pens? It's Mr. Auschwitz looking for the move on T-Few with his worn, or he's slightly well, no, fresher mediums compared to his 9-lap-old hards. But all the action currently up at the front of the grid is we've got a yellow flag, Sector 1. I think that's Badder's round. It is Badder's round. He's had contact with somebody and he's losing more positions. But here we go. Flies Jacobs picked up 3 seconds as well. Oh lads. Oh lads. Oh boy. But back to Mr. Auschwitz POV. He's got no ERS left either, and Jack slowly starting to get within that 1 second window that he needs to try and have a chance of getting anything back from this Grand Prix. Wilson still tucked up behind the Oracle sponsored wing of the Red Bull. Auschwitz still stuck behind the Merc, and Jack slowly but surely trying to close back the gap. That audio, Jesus. Oh, Roundman a little bit wide through turn 3. He's got a massive kick of oversteer. Again, this is going to invite Wilson in as we fly through Aintree onto the Wellington Straight. Is he going to go for it? He's gaining, but he lifts off just before the braking zone. Not wanting to miss anything as T-Few and Mr. Auschwitz are going side by side. Little bit of wheel banging. Come on lads, keep it clean, it's only a pre-season friendly. But here we go, round this outside as Mr. Outshoots. What a move from the BRT driver. He manages to loop it round the outside, has Tfue on strings, and keeps him ahead. That audio, Jesus Lord. That is bad, but Tfue's pushing Mr. Outshoots through Sector 2 into Magus. So he's cut across. That's another warning to add to his new collection that he's got. You'll hang them on the wardrobe soon, son. Don't you worry. But Will Wilson go for a move. He's looking for it round the outside as Ryan drops back, braking at the 50-metre board, turning in. He's not looking for the better exit. He just doesn't want to fight. As Tfue gets back past Outshoots as well. I'm going to lose my voice. I'm going to lose my voice. Lap 23. 3 to go, boys. And ladies, if you're watching. Well, you have so many better things you could be doing. Anyway, Mr. Outshoots looking for a move on Tfue. Through turn 1, can't get it done. Farm curve, can't get it done. Over the DRS detection point, he's not there, but Mr. Wellstrack is. He's now within 8/10 of the cars ahead. And this is all costing the car ahead so much time. Tfue cannot get ahead or break into the 1 second that he needs as Mr. Outshoots flies down the outside, hits the braking zone nicely. Will Mr. Tfue look for the switchback? Yes, he does! He reads him like an absolute book. Round the outside, can he hold it and do what Outshoots did to him? He leaves him the room. They both get a massive slap of oversteer. They're going side by side. There's contact heading into Cops. Can he hold it? He lifts off, plays the mind games, tries for a switchback, but he's not going to get it. And they both have absolutely nothing. And Mr. Wellstrack has the VIP seats for this one. And this is going down to the wire. Going down to the absolute wire. Is Ryan looking for a move? He's used a little bit of VRS, but he might lift off quicker. Is he going to go for it? He lifts off just a wee bit. We head back to these guys as they nearly go 3 wide. Through Stowe, Mr. Tfue round the outside, leaves him a little bit of room, and there's contact. Mr. Outshoots is off the track. They're both still side by side, braking just at that white line once again. Holds it nice, he's bounced over the curb a little bit, but they are getting, this is going to end in implosion. I can see it happening. I can see it happening as Radius realises he's still in the lobby and quits on the spot. Outshoots, no ERS. Tfue, no ERS. None of them have any ERS at all. Absolutely none. But back up to the front, will Ryan look for a move? He's gaining, but not close enough. Lifts off just before Mr. Outshoots once again down the inside at Brooklands. Gives them the room. Face Tfue does not try to switch back in, but he's tapped him wide. It opens the door on the inside at Luffield. Massive snap of oversteer, and now the positions are switched. No contact this time round, lads, please. We want to keep it clean and all cars finish. They're going side by side into Cops. Will it stand? He lifts off. What a move from Mr. Tfue. They both give each other the space, but he's lifted off. For some reason, he's let them all go back through. It's Tfue now possibly playing the mind games and now trying to get those places back. But Ryan M back up the front, looks to the outside, round the outside once again at Snow. He holds it nice and wide, leaves them the room. They're both side by side going into the last penultimate corners, and Tfue's spun. He's gone round as well. Corey Ovo is now, and lads, you can't even deliberately DNF. Call it quits. Call it quits. 2 laps to go, and retire on track or deliberate? I'm assuming deliberate. Yep. That's a good omen for the season. Anyway, back up the front we go. Oh. Stick to Fortnite, lad. This is clearly not your thing. The prize pool's bigger anyway. But Mr. Outshoots, all he needs to do, sit behind. He doesn't need to risk it. Neither of them do. Oh, that audio. Oh. All he has to do is sit behind, and even a potential P2 is his. We'll switch to the penalty so people can see. But as it stands, Mr. Outshoots is in net P2. He just has to play it safe and not do anything daft. On to the back straight we go as Ryan going to look for a move, or is he going to hold behind and possibly wait for a last lap move? He's gaining, but he's going to lift off just before. It's Mr. Auschwitz round the outside at Stowe. Here he comes. The last time a Red Bull and a Ferrari met here, it did not end well. A little bit of a wiggle from Jack, but he manages to keep behind, keep it clean. All cars pointing the right way, and on we go. The last lap of the race as the audio is dying more than my voice is. Here we go. ETE Wilson, except he's not ETE anymore, he's SLR. BRT Ryan M, McLaren versus Red Bull. It's a 2012 repeat. Button versus Vettel, Hamilton versus Webber. Who's gonna get the win? Obviously it'll probably be Wilson, but that's not the point. We've got to hype it up, lads. As well as Ryan's on the grass, desperately trying to hold on to what he can. He's not close enough for a move this time, but Mr. Welsh Jack is on Auschwitz. Round the inside he goes. Keeps it nice and clean, stops the Red Bull driver getting the switch back that he's so dearly wanted. He's not going to be close enough for it now. But heading into Cops, are they anywhere near where they need to be? Will Ryan go for it? Wilson has the ERS advantage, but his fuel lights flashing. He might not make it. Here we go then. Maggots, Beckett's, through Chapel, keeping it nice and tidy. Open that rear wing for the extra 13 miles an hour, and here he comes. Will he do it? He's derating. Ryan's derating. Is he going to go for the move? He holds it nice and tight, possibly going for a switchback. Mr. Auschwitz has got back past Welsh Jack, but that's not the party we want to watch right now as they come round turn 16, 17. Ryan runs wide and accepts defeat, but Mr. SLR Wilson take a bow. He takes the win. Ryan crosses the line P2, but he'll possibly drop to P4, possibly maybe P5 if Corey Oval can get close enough to him, but I don't think he can. FGE tree into P6, decent recovery drive from him. No one else is close enough for a battle. They've all calmed down. It's the last couple of guys come over the line. Hardman just taking it nice and easy. Over the line, he takes P7. Fermsey might drop further back as well. He finishes P8 on track, but will drop to P9 on penalties. Louis over the line, not serving his 5 seconds because it was probably BS because this game's amazing. Badder's over the line P11. Grober's at AI gets P10. And Mr. Jacob, who was so close to almost brilliant points, nearly enough, takes his anger out on the pit wall. Ryan's just left and dropped to P13 somehow. And Mr. SLK, who has lagged out, or I'm assuming is an AI. Oh no, he's ran out of fuel. He's ran out of fuel. Across the line, completes round 1 of the AEC pre-season mini-series. What a race. What a race, as Mr. Hardman takes the in-game driver of the day. I can breathe. I can breathe. Oh, Jesus. Is Wilson there looking at Mr. Ryan M in his mirrors with his fake telescope, saying, "Catch me now, boy, I'm on the podium. I'm on the top step, and it's mine." SLR Wilson takes P1 from 4th on the grid. Brilliant result for the start of the season. Wilson P1, Auschwitz jumping up to P2 after the pens for Jack, Coriovo and Mr. Ryan M. Not Coriovo, sorry, just Jack and Ryan M. Jack up into P3, and unfortunate for him, he got caught out in the pit stops. Coriovo, a good decent recovery drive to P4. Tree P5, it's good points for FGE. Liam Hardman P6, Ninja, very very good, well done job for you my man, P7. Fermsey P8 after being annihilated by somebody. Grobsy AI P9, but it should be P10. Louis P11, Badders 12. Jacob after being taken out so many times. P13, SLK 14. Ryan should be P3 or 4, I think it was P4. But yeah, he left the lobby, so he will be classified further up. Phase T, few calling it quits with 3 laps to go. Radius died, Easton gave up. And that is that for round 1 of the assist series, or the AEC assist mini series. I'm not sure who will be on comms next week. I don't know if it will be me. I don't know if it will be somebody else. Maybe Tom will come back from his hiatus and we can do a co-com, because that's obviously technical issues are not my forte. But no, Arch, I'm dying. I'm dying. My voice is gone in my head. But well done all. Was very entertaining first round, and we will hopefully see you all back for round 2 next week. And I'm going to pretend like I know what it is, but I don't, it's random. Anyway, we will see you all next week for round 2. Goodbye.